exercises right, and at this point we're very close to circular breathing. In fact, you've got all the bits that you need now to build it all together. We can blow from our lungs to play the didge normally, and we can do our spit, squeeze, sniff, keeping the drone going, and then go back to lung blown air again. So that whole cycle is now we're going to do that on the didge, and keep repeating this until you get the sound right. Okay, so to recap, we've seen that we've got all the building blocks we need. We've got a short lung-blown drone, a gap, and then a really short drone where we sniff in through our nose whilst we squeeze the cheeks, a short gap, and then lung-blown air again, like this. Now at this point you're very close to circular breathing, so we need to look at three little things that will help us just stitch everything together. The first one is, I'm going to ask you to think about your speed. Now this might take a week, or two, or even a month for some people, but slowly try and bring those gaps closer and closer together by slowly speeding up. And kind of think of a train speeding up as it pulls out of the station. The next thing is, maybe whilst you're doing this, to bring some awareness to where your tongue is in your mouth. You might find that your circular breath transition gets a lot smoother and a lot easier if you can deliberately use your tongue. If you are aware of when you take your cheek squeeze sniff in, you'll find that your tongue is naturally resting at the back of your throat and actually blocking the throat off. So once you've done that sniff in through your nose, deliberately try and slide the tongue forward towards your teeth again. So you get this sort of effect. And this might help smooth things out. The last thing might seem a bit bizarre, but at this point I'm actually going to suggest that you try and do this and watch TV, because it really helps to just tune the brain out, and you might find that suddenly the sound doesn't stop. In fact, you're circular breathing. Hi and welcome back. Hopefully if you've jumped to this section, you've taken time to learn all those wonderful wacky noises and master circular breathing. If you haven't, don't worry. These following exercises you can still join in and have fun, but you will find they'll be much easier if you can circular breathe. So we're going to look at taking all the elements we've learnt before and put them together to make some funky rhythms on the didge. We're going to start out by blowing and just getting a regular push or slap going with the diaphragm, like this. Circular breathe where you need to, so you might get some pauses. Now at this point, to keep your beat regular, if you're not used to keeping time, maybe start trying to tap your foot on the floor or slapping your hand down like this to keep time. I'm going to try that beat again with the diaphragm, but this time we're going to add in some cheek slaps. That's that sound. So we're going to go on the didge. That'll sound like this. When you're comfortable with that and can do it nice and fluidly and keep time, start to think about where you could alter that and sort of funk it up a little bit by putting the cheek slap in a different place, like this. exercise and great fun. So, let's look at building some nice rhythms on the didge. Each one I'm going to repeat slowly. I'm going to speak it for you so you can hear what's going on, and then I'm going to repeat it on the didge. And I'll pick up the pace so you can play a little bit faster. Follow the text on the screen to have some idea of what I mean. This first rhythm we're going to do sounds like do, 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 whack, do, whack, do, do, whack, do, whack, do. So what that is a diaphragm or belly push, like followed by a cheek slap at the same time. So on the didge that sounds like this. Now let's pick up the pace a bit. Okay, when you feel comfortable with that, we're just going to try kind of bringing some character into this. So really just try moving it around a little bit, adding some extra sound effects, and just kind of have fun. It's good practice. This next rhythm I'm going to try is do-do-ka. So that's the gut slap again, the do sound, followed by a high-pitched vocal like ka, and remembering you can't move your lips at this point. So that sounds like this. When you feel comfortable with this, try and pick up the pace. And again, if you want to make this a bit more character and make it your own, just try moving it around a little bit, adding some extra sound effects. Have fun.